Okay, cool. 10 of clubs. 5 of diamonds.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah, I'm thinking you guys.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, can you hear me? And how clearly, that is a question. Am I coming through clearly, everyone? I need to know. I need to know this. Come on. Let's get a little bit of music in here. Let more people kind of work their way in here. Yep. I guess it's about as good a time ever to go over a few things. I want to give a shout out to a couple of, well, namely the timeline for helping me keep track of things, but also there's, I think, Gamers Little Playground, or Little Gamers Playground? What was it? No. Yeah, Gamers Little Playground, who I swiped most of the footage from for this particular retrospective. So I want to give a loud shout out to them for their amazing work compiling all the cutscenes from the series. Minimize that for now. The 10,000 years between, I don't know if we even get a specific time frame. Let's see. When It's a vague hundreds of years ago. Interesting. All the worlds you visit and enemies you face are projections/illusions from the Book of Prophecies. They are projected from the future and aren't real. Interesting. So, let's see. I said 100 years, but that's like the rough estimate as I understand it. I don't know the exact time frame of when Kingdom Hearts Key takes place. No one, I don't think anyone does. They just know it does take place at least 100 years, if not more, in the past. But yes, as you can tell in the background, I am playing music from, what is it? The project, Destati, who are an awesome group of people who do wonderful music, covering all the Kingdom Hearts songs. I think they get stuck on a few different specific riffs that they seem to really love, but overall they do fantastic recovers of all the songs. There's only one or two that I really have big gripes with. I'm not going to get into those here, but overall, fantastic music. Check them out. I've used them all throughout the background of my videos. You can see which individual songs I've been using in the bottom left corners of each of my videos. Let's see if I can just... I need to... Can I change my preview size, please? Oh, no. Other way. It's not letting me make this... What? I don't know how well I can... Can I rearrange my... Let me here so I can... What's this? Pop out? Ah, that helps. Live actions. I mean, 250 is probably a safe bet. My bet is that whatever they have to get Ventus into the present or wherever he winds up, they're going to use time travel of some sort. I'm trying to see my freaking preview, but it's not letting me make it big. Yeah, there we go. It's not very big. I need it bigger, but... Okay, I'm gonna... yeah. So, we're at 9 o'clock. Everyone should be in here. Fat Man may be joining me. He doesn't know anything about Kingdom Hearts, so I thought it'd be fun to, Floof, don't you start that. Don't you start that. I can't curse at you. I can't curse at you right now. Don't you start that. But yes, I will be covering quite a few topics of conversation tonight. A lot of the characters that I jumped because I didn't feel they needed the most elaboration on. I didn't feel they were super relevant, though I will be hitting on ones that may have significance. It's less sure whether or not. Which ironically is going to start... not ironically, which is definitely going to start with a particular character, and that being Ursula from The Little Mermaid. Let me pull up Kingdom Hearts 1, if I can find it. It's somewhere in here. It's Birth by Sleep, 358. Trim Drop. Cutscene. Do I not have normal Kingdom Hearts in here? Or did I pull that from a different folder? You guys seen a lot behind the scenes of my file arrangement, although a lot of it's being obscured here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so where is Kingdom Hearts 1's full things? I have the full story of Kingdom Hearts 1 downloaded. Kingdom Hearts 3, Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. Critical. Ah! Okay, so Kingdom Hearts 1. There's a lot of different Disney villains in Kingdom Hearts 1. If I can just get to... Yeah, it should be there.
Squirt took down that Heartless.
We, of course, have Hades, who will be present in Kingdom Hearts 3. We know. Jafar, who we don't know. We think he's probably dead. Ursula, who we'll get to in just a minute. She's very important. Hook, we haven't seen him since, well, Birth by Sleep, but he's not very relevant. Oogie Boogie, he's probably completely done. I don't think they're coming back to him.
Enough.
And they're all led by Maleficent. The ones that I want to point out are, of course, Hades, because he is definitely showing up. We have seen him in the trailers. And Ursula, of all people. I'll touch on Ursula first, because she's the only one that we haven't seen in promotional material, so it's less likely that she'll show up. But Ursula is, of course, Ursula from The Little Mermaid, who tricks Ariel into giving up her voice for a number of reasons. Now, in Kingdom Hearts 1... all she wants is the trident, and I can't remember the exact reason she wants the trident. It's just because it's powerful and it's really good magic and all that stuff. But she gets the trident and uses it to her own means. And Sora, of course, dispatches himself to stop her, stops her, gets the trident back to Triton, and messes up her day. Let's see, where's the big fight? Because she has a fight where she's a big head, and it's really fun. So she explodes and dissolves into this ink. She might not be in KH3, but there's a reason I'm focusing on her in particular. She dissolves. We have no idea. She supposedly dies here. But Ariel makes up with her father. Everything's dandy. We don't see Ursula for the rest of the game. Actually, you know what? I'm going to...
Hey, I'm in here.
Hey, you're in here. Wunderbar. Oh, the secret stuff. You didn't see anything. You saw nothing. Well, you saw nothing, obviously, but... I'm just covering the first of the characters, like Ursula from The Little Mermaid, for example. And how she might actually be relevant down the line. Because she shows back up in Kingdom Hearts 2, of all places, for one of the most frustrating, annoying, and evil parts of the entire series. If I can find it.
I guess.
Which would be... Where is it? I just had it. Oh. Yeah, here we go. Oh, no, we did...
I believe...
Did we literally... Did we skip it?
Walking around on those.
Yeah. Oh, God. Okay, I'm muting this. Muting it. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm not subjecting you guys to this. I'm not subjecting you to Haley Joel Osment trying to sing in time with the original singer from The Little Mermaid. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Yes, I was going to get to that in verse. But she shows up in Kingdom Hearts 2 to basically fulfill the same exact plot as the original Little Mermaid. And it really kind of goes nowhere because she ends up getting killed again in the exact same way as she does in the film. Let's see, is it here? Oh, I forgot it's way more sensitive when it comes to these things. Windows Media Player is sucky for this. So Fatman, while I'm trying to find this footage, how you been?
I've been sick, like something that is typically sick.
Sick, like someone who recently went through the boss battle where they had to fight Ursula in a singing competition to kill her.
Yes.
Like what I'm airing right now is the worst part of Kingdom Hearts 2 by a long shot, because it's all QuickTime events, and it's garbage, and it's a rhythm game. It's garbage. But yeah, where is it? She gets fucking... I can't curse! Someone bleep that out! She gets Cthulhu'd. She gets Cthulhu'd, meaning she gets stabbed in the gut. Well, actually, no, he just pierces her with a trident.
Are you trying to keep your stream monetized?
I'm trying to keep it family friendly because I know a lot of kids might find this useful. And I wanted to maintain that level of dignity.
Very good, very good.
So you try not to curse either. I will kill you. That's family friendly to say that online. I'm pretty sure that's family friendly.
Yeah. I mean, you are talking about Kingdom Hearts here, so you can't be too family friendly.
So Ursula gets stabbed here, and we assume that she dies again because we are idiots and don't assume that the Disney villains are going to come back for whatever reason. But the big thing about her is that at the very beginning of Dream Drop Distance, when Sora and Riku are sent back in time to begin their Mark of Mastery, and they are sent back in time, it is a confusing system what they decided to do with the Mark of Mastery. But basically, they have stolen their own raft from Destiny Island during the night at the very beginning of Kingdom Hearts 1. Which, if you'll remember, Sora goes back to his island and finds the raft missing. If you pay attention, they start this game on that very same raft. Let's get past this little cutscene here. This is where Braig becomes Xigbar, has his heart stolen and all that stuff. Fun stuff happens in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, because a lot of things get explained. Let's see. Yeah, so you see Sora and Riku, and it's very interesting to note in this circumstance, Sora and Riku are wearing their same outfits as in Kingdom Hearts 1. They're not wearing any... They uniquely modeled these characters as older characters, but in the same outfits from Kingdom Hearts 1. You never noticed it before. People don't often notice that, but this is the only time they show up in these outfits in Dream Drop Distance, is this prologue to the rest of the game. So they have actually traveled back in time and taken human form, briefly. And now we cut to them. I just want to prove this point, because people have giving me crap about it, when I put up the Dream Drop Distance part. But as you notice, they are on their raft, the one that they were building with Kairi. That's there. That's actually a thing. Fatman, have you watched any of my videos up until this point? At all?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah, all your Kingdom Hearts ones.
Okay. So I just wanted to point that out. But in the middle of this, friggin' Cyclone opens up because, of all people, friggin' Ursula gets teleported here temporally by Xehanort to interrupt this part of the exam, this intro into the exam, just so that they could separate the two. To this day, this is the most confusing part of Kingdom Hearts lore, because I don't understand why this couldn't have been someone else, or why you would have a big Disney villain at the very beginning of your game be a major boss for such a small sliver of it, and then not play a relevant role at all in the rest of the game. Like, she doesn't come back, you fight her, you win, and she doesn't do anything after that point. Again, shout out to Gamers Little Playground. All this footage was fantastic, really helped in all this. I can't give them enough cred. I didn't ask them permission before taking their footage, so I'm hoping they're not too mad. But yeah, they did great work with this.
Typically, archivists, archive channels for gameplay footage, they don't mind their footage being used as long as you shout them out in the in the description. So.
I didn't do that in I didn't do it in the other videos. But I'm doing it here, and I've left in their watermark very frequently, so at least they know they're getting the credit. I did that very intentionally. I leave the watermarks in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Ursula gets defeated here, and she seems all smiley about it, and then vanishes. I don't know what happened there. To this day, that is the one mystery of Kingdom Hearts that is like doesn't have a theory or explanation behind it. Why he would choose Ursula of all people, but he did, and Ursula was there. But now I can actually move on, because Ursula was like just the most confusing part of it, and I can't explain it. I just want to point that out, that she's kind of weird. Is Ursula a replica? Possibly. She could be a replica. I don't know. Replicas are also a weird part of the Kingdom Hearts franchise.
So wait, there are Heartless, there are nobodies, there are somebodies, and there are replicas.
And there are unversed.
Oh man. This game,
and then there are bugs. Because I've not touched on Coded at all. And for the record, I'm not touching on Coded at all. Because Coded is garbage. Screw Coded. We're not going into Coded, okay? You just gotta know that it sets up Dream Drop Distance. That's it. That and somehow, like, the data of the worlds is somehow important. They never really go into it, as I understand it. But yeah. Replicas are something different. They're made intentionally, as opposed to everything else, which is sort of like an after. Am I a replica? I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm a replica. I'm FamtanFalling's evil twin.
Wait. I've always thought that I was the evil twin.
Let's see. But back on the fact, there is Hades, who will be playing a role in things. Where is Birth by Sleep? First time we see Hades canonically is, of course, in Olympus Coliseum in Birth by Sleep, where he does a number of heinous things. Mainly just kind of being a jerk. He tries to convince Terra, this guy here. Actually, I found the perfect spot, like, almost immediately. That's great. Basically, he tries to corrupt Hades into being his dark champion. Terra, he tries to convince Terra to be his dark champion in the arena, in the games, to be his representative and all that stuff. He doesn't really try to do much else. He's just the god of death trying to make things more evil because he wants to screw over Zeus and win the games or whatever. And ultimately you end up, I think you end up fighting Zack, who we'll get to Zack in a bit. Probably like half an hour from now. You end up fighting Zack because he gets possessed by Hades, or at least Hades has him get possessed by darkness. You beat the living snot out of Zack, and he's like, "Oh, thank you so much." Where's the other Olympus stuff? Aqua goes there. Her and Zack flirt. Hades shows up. You fight the Ice Titan because Hades is a sore loser. I don't think Ventus encounters Hades. Yeah, I don't think Ventus ever encounters Hades. Ventus' story is much different in this particular section of the game. It's more about the dynamic between Zack and Hercules, which we'll get into. I should probably get into Hercules now that I mentioned it, but a lot of these Disney villains follow the same arcs as their counterparts in the original films. How long is this video, by the way? It's probably going to go about an hour, because there's a lot of... You guys are going to understand a little bit of my suffering editing this series, because having to find the footage is the most annoying part of this, because you just have to dig through so much. Let's see what else. Wait, that's the wrong footage. Where's this footage? We want to go to... The next time we see Hades is in Kingdom Hearts 1, where he tries to manipulate Sora for a brief bit. As Sora, like, learns from Phil and all that stuff. He gets the card, the card initially for Sora to enter the games, and tries to use Cloud as his pawn, effectively. We'll see that's a recurring theme, is that Hades likes digging up Final Fantasy characters for his own names. Oh, what's the deal with all the X's in the organization names? All the organization members, it's their names plus the key, the letter key from the Greek alphabet, which is the most ancient of letters, according to Master Xehanort, because he likes it. It's the Chi key symbol, however you want to pronounce it. It's ridiculous, but hey, it's Kingdom Hearts. It's going to be ridiculous. So all the members get a key, a big ol' Lex in their name for the Keyblade. But yeah, Sora beats the ever-living snot out of Cloud. That's one of the hardest fights early on in Kingdom Hearts 1, is the fight versus Cloud, because you have to be leveled enough. Regardless what happens, he sends out Cerberus to screw over the entire games. Herc saves the day, and you go in to stop Cerberus. That's a fun fight. It's another good hard fight in the game. And then later on in the Colosseum, I don't know if it's in this compilation exactly. I don't think it is. But you do end up fighting Hades in the tournament, and he kind of gets screwed over. But you never see him officially get killed. So it's not like there's not like an inky black cloud he dissolves into. He just kind of gets trapped behind a door and assumedly mauled by Cerberus. So he's not exactly dead. He's still alive. So he shows up again in Kingdom Hearts 2. And this time he summons the only redeemable character from Kingdom Hearts, from Final Fantasy X, which is Auron, who is a complete and utter bamf. If I can find him. Yeah. I gotta play his initial meeting, because his initial meeting with Auron is just like gold. Let me stop my background music for a brief spat here.
Yeah, Auron is totally awesome in Final Fantasy X.
He's even better in this. Here we go.
He's the best guy.
Really? Really? That's the most fine-tuned I could get it. Okay, well, just have to wait it out. I mean, the big thing in Kingdom Hearts 2 is you could actually explore the underworld of...
Can you just open this in Premiere and then use that to scrub?
I could, but that takes a lot of resources, and I don't want to tax my system.
What's down there?
Okay.
Just the underworld's deepest dungeon.
Here we go.
This time
We'll get to Pete in a bit.
Of all bad guys.
Pete? For the X-Blades?
You don't say.
the game.
What, the X?
The X-Blades, you know, the game that Graham reviewed when he guest hosted Zero Punctuation.
No idea.
Okay.
But here is Hades just wants to summon Auron for malevolent reasons. He's just generally kind of a jerk. But this is just brilliant.
Let's cut to the chase. Here's the deal I'm gonna offer you.
If someone has that symbol, then Xehanort can track it, so practically speaking, the Organization 13 uniform policy is a black hoodie with title and title trackers. If they have... Wait, you mean if they have, like, the letter key in their name, then they can be followed?
Effectively. It's weird because, like, he does that intentionally and he does it visually. So I'm wondering if there's some kind of magic that does that.
Curse their parents! Why couldn't they have named them Frank?
But yeah, I love this. He summons Auron from the depths of hell. Literal hell! In order to fight Hercules. And Auron is like, screw you, you don't tell me what to do. It's like, I summoned you. Yeah, so? So, and like the best rejoinder is like, this is my story and you're not part of it. And he's like, do you know who I am? I am the Lord of the Dead! You know, being yelled by James Wood. James Wood being an amazing actor.
Oh, did they actually get?
Yeah, James Wood is in this. He reprises and actually, that's the cool thing about Kingdom Hearts 3. Just about everyone from the individual films reprises their roles. Wow. Like all of Frozen, all of Tangled, the original actors are reprising their roles.
Well, that wasn't too long ago. I mean, I guess like
bigger
reasonably speaking.
But James Wood is he just loves doing voice acting. But okay, so he says, "I'm the Lord of the Dead," and just immediately Auron turns it around with, "No wonder no one wants to die." That's so bad.
That's brilliant.
That is so. I want to say I can't curse, but it's so brilliant. It's such a great line. So basically, you team up with Auron to screw over Hades in this game, and Hades ends up screwing you over a little bit, tries to kill Meg. Meg shows up, but ultimately you stop Hades, and I think you throw him into the pit of the dead. Let me see, the pit of the damned.
Meg from Family Guy?
From Hercules, Megara.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. All right. I won't say I'm in love. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, here we go. Let's see. Yeah, Hercules dives in after her, and you're left to deal with Hades.
I guess forgetting the characters' names is the price you pay for reliving most of your Disney nostalgia through looking up the songs on YouTube.
Yeah, Hades he's an interesting fight. Not really. He's easy as hell.
Hey!
That's annoying. For the record, I have an annoyance with the Kingdom Hearts 2 battle system. You need to finish a combo, or else you don't beat the bad guy. Even if they're at only a sliver of health, you need to land a combo or a single magic spell, or they keep on fighting. It's
That's actually really cool. Because, like, I mean, because imagine, like, how anticlimactic it would be to, like, you know, like, land this epic combo and then have them, like,
but the thing is, the combo finishers in Kingdom Hearts 2 aren't all that fantastic. They aren't like super awesome, flashy. They're just the last strike of a series of hits, typically. Yeah, here we go. He falls into the pit of the damned because he's a fool, but he's obviously coming back. There's no body. So Hades, I mean, he's obviously showing up Kingdom Hearts 3. Let me just show that briefly because I do have the Kingdom Hearts.
Item crafting, is VLC better at scrubbing? Like, I use VLC, but I'm not sure that it would actually serve Raymond's purpose here.
Where's my Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers?
Because he needs, you know, he wants a, you know, like, more accurate scrubbing, which kind of comes down to having shorter video files. Because you can only, I mean, this is 3 hours across, you know, what a 1080 screen.
3 hours? No, that's 3 hours left. This is about 14. This is about 12, 13 hours of footage. And that's the average game length, for the record. So if you wonder me compiling things across from Kingdom Hearts Key, Birth by Sleep, Kingdom Hearts Coded, Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2, Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep 0.2 Fragmentary Passage. That is 9 games, all of relatively around the same length, with the exception of Fragmentary Passage, which is more like 3 hours long. Still, ridiculously long. Ridiculous amounts of footage. Once I clean this up out of my footage, I'm going to be so good. I'm going to free up so much space. But yeah, let's see if I can find footage from Kingdom Hearts 3. Where's my Kingdom Hearts 3 stuff? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so actually one of the earliest trailers we get is from friggin' a battle in Olympus Coliseum against the Stone Titan, or whatever you want to call it, the Mountain Titan. But let's see. Get a trailer where, yeah, in Olympus Coliseum, where I think Hades is talking to Maleficent. Yeah. Which, by the way, the voice actor they got to play Hades in Japanese sounds so much like James Wood. It's scary.
They just secretly taught James Woods how to speak Japanese.
I wouldn't be surprised. James Wood is a very talented actor. So, he's definitely showing up in Kingdom Hearts 3. No problem there. But now let's get on to the big ones. Pete. Here on the right. Good old buddy. Pete. Good old Pete from the Disney canon. The secret rival of Goofy, and It's weird, because in the canon, he's more of a rival to Goofy than anyone else. But in Kingdom Hearts canon, he's like the big rival for Mickey. Which, it does kind of make sense, because if we go back to the very beginning of time, we can find some interesting tidbits. If I can find my footage. Nope. I think it's Kingdom Hearts 2. That's Ansem the Wise.
Pete Townsend from The Who is in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Wait.
Confirmed!
What?
No, I'm joking. Or am I?
But that said, Pete began with the Timeless River, which is where all Disney things seem to start. And he started off as this happy feller from Steamboat Willie.
Why, yada.
And they do give a nice time grain effect.
Nah,
I'm gonna turn
I
the
don't
music
have
again.
time to waste on folks like you, so I guess I'll go easy.
But basically, it is the plot of Steamboat Willie, where he's just trying to get Mickey to operate the boat. But compounding the issue is the fact that the Pete from the future shows up and starts messing around in this time period. And so eventually the final fight of this area is you teaming up with old Pete to fight new Pete. Where is the other Pete? He's in Chile. Yeah, so, and that leads to shenanigans. Then there was Birth by Sleep, where he shows up, which is significantly further in the future. Or does he show up? Does he show up in Dream Drop Distance? He does show up in Dream Drop Distance. All right. Dream Drop Distance is weird because it technically shows the past of certain worlds, but they're not like the active past. They're a dream. They're like a dream sequence of memories. So it's like the memories of a given world. Let's see. Where's Dream Drop Distance? Where is Dream Drop Distance? This is it. Can I get a name on? You know what? I'm just gonna. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Ah, that makes it much easier.
Oh god, all your footage is in a miscellaneous footage file? Oh
no,
god.
No. That's. Oh, no wonder I was looking in the wrong place. This is the main footage file. The miscellaneous was for like extra stuff that I just went missing. Like. Because, like, these aren't complete archives. There are some things that are just dropped and missing, and I don't know why. So let's fast forward. Yeah, Tron is involved in certain things. Let's see. So there's a dream of the Land of Musketeers. Now, for the record, I've not played through Dream Drop Distance completely. I started it on the DS, and I never got around to finishing it. I just hadn't the time. But Pete's being evil here, too. I'm not entirely sure what his deal is, but he's just kind of being a jerk. I think he's just trying to overthrow the crown, like in the original Musketeers films. So, from the outset, he was a manipulative jerk. He gets stopped there by Mickey and Sora, but ultimately, nothing that happens in Dream Drop Distance in the Disney worlds technically matters. They're dreams. They are literal dreams. So the events that happen inside them only really reflect back on Sora and Riku, and the Organization 13 that are involving themselves in everything. But he does show up again in Birth by Sleep, if I can find the footage for that again. Birth by Feet. He shows up in Disneyland, or was it Disney World? I think it's Disneyland. Let's see. Can you cut to us? Let's see.
Unversed.
Yeah, this is kind of a silly subplot to the entirety of Birth by Sleep. But yeah, no, it's the entire thing is that there are mini games in this world. It's effectively the Winnie the Pooh level of Birth by Sleep, where it's all just mini games for you to play, and you have to stop Pete in the mini games. Pete is trying to be a hero, but he's really bad at it, and everyone kind of hates him. So your entire thing is just to kind of stop Pete from being a jerk. I'm not entirely sure why they went this direction with him, but basically it ends with him getting sealed in an alternate dimension. Yeah, he's supposed to be a rogue racer or whatever. He's supposed to be what? What does he call himself? Captain Dark. I don't know if that maintains itself. I think he changes names like every single sequence of the game. Let's see.
Captain
Dark?
Yeah.
Captain Justice when he's in Ven's story, I want to say. And then in Aqua's, he's like something else. Let's see.
The real hero in town.
And there he is. He's trying to win who's the most admirable citizen.
But Pete seems to have the wrong idea.
Who's the most admirable citizen?
I mean, if you have a small enough community, you can do little awards like that.
Yeah.
But basically what happens is... I just had it. He gets basically put in infinite timeout in a fucking void. Ah! I keep cursing! Curses! He gets put in a freaking void, of all things. Where...
But to be the most admirable citizen of Disneyland... Man.
That's pretty admirable.
Yeah.
But he gets put in here by Queen Minnie, of all people. And he gets taken out of here by Maleficent and becomes her lapdog for the majority of his, for the majority of the rest of the series. And I believe that he doesn't show up at all in Kingdom Hearts 1, which is like where the timeline kind of, like where this character is like completely entwined with another character that was really relevant, but never got mentioned. Like, where was Pete during the entirety of Kingdom Hearts 1? That never gets answered. He was just kind of doing his own thing, I guess. Everything is a dream except when it isn't, Inquisitor Thomas. Just like everyone is Sora except when they're not, and then everyone is Xehanort except when they're not. Then everyone else is a dream except when they're not. That is the rule of Kingdom Hearts. So in Kingdom Hearts 2, Pete just kind of shows up and starts trying to basically rebuild the alliance that Maleficent built all through Kingdom Hearts 1. Where is he? Where's his first appearance? He shows up in Dream Drop Distance doing the same thing, but really doesn't amount to much. So I'm not going to show any footage from that. He doesn't really do much. He shows up and fails miserably. That's Pete's shtick. He shows up and fails miserably. Yeah, you can see him like seeing Pete beside the hyper-realized Barbossa of all people from Pirates of the Caribbean is one of the most surreal things you will ever see in your life. Here, let me try and get a good image. Look at the freaking skeleton in front of Pete. It's just one of the most horrifying images you can imagine. Okay, let's try and fast forward. Let me try and get Barbossa next to him. Yeah. Here we go. He's talking to Captain Barbossa. For the record, the hyper-realistic models in the PS2 era did not pan out well, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, we're only in the PS4 era, and I think we're finally nailing it, but...
I don't know. I think it'll look dated in, like, 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks? I don't know, because like, they got it down so much that they got the facial tics of Johnny Depp right in Kingdom Hearts 3. Alright?
I guess.
Like that's kind of outstanding, I think.
Yeah. But man, I know, it's like...
if they were to tell me that, I would believe them, Kenji. I would believe them 100%. But you know what? I wouldn't care because they're actually doing a very decent job of connecting all these crazy cool things into like these cool looking things. They're slapping them in there, but then they're like, okay, how should we slap it in there? And so like I can definitely see how like most of these games are literally just a tenuous thread of crazy things being threaded together. It's literally just them like, I have this really cool idea, let's put it in the game, but now we have to retroactively find a reason for it to exist.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was gonna ask, just because I have no frame of reference. How much do you think is like planned out? Like how planned do you think this game was? This story?
Well, Kingdom Hearts 1, it's very well known that Kingdom Hearts 1 was written as a standalone. Completely standalone.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes, Kingdom Hearts 1 was written as a standalone because I didn't think it would sell. It was literally just a shot-in-the-dark project. And then it went off, and they were like, oh my god, the response is fantastic. So...
They didn't think that combining Disney and Final Fantasy would sell?
Well, they didn't, because it's such an outlandish property when you think about it. Like you have Final Fantasy characters and Donald Duck. Like, what are you going to do with that? But it worked. It worked, and they're like, okay, we have something here. So what I think happened is that they gave the green light for a sequel, but they realized that people wanted it now, and they needed to capitalize on it. So they asked Nomura to come up with something for an interquel that they can sell off as a spin-off. And so Nomura's like, all right, I'll write Chain of Memories.
Got it.
I'm going to do a full video on this. So he wrote Chain of Memories, where he's like, all right, there's a lot of ideas I introduce here that are kind of cool. I'll capitalize on them later. And then halfway through Kingdom Hearts 2, he's realizing, oh man, there's a lot of these cool ideas I have, but I can't capitalize them the best I can in Kingdom Hearts 2. So I'll like write them in like a note document and shove them off to the side, and then like put threads to them in Kingdom Hearts 2. Wait, did Kingdom Hearts 2 need a plot?
Uh-oh.
And so Kingdom Hearts 2, again, I hold it. Kingdom Hearts 2 is one of the weakest in the franchise, personally. I have a whole video on that if you want to go see it, called The Fatal Flaw of Kingdom Hearts 2, where I cover a big issue with it. But the Nomura just kind of like, he had all these cool ideas, put them off to the side, then came back with Dream Drop with 358 over 2 days, where he elaborated on a lot of the cool ideas he had in Kingdom Hearts 2 and Chain of Memories. Then Birth by Sleep kind of introduced the overarching plot, and it became what I call the Nomura spiral, where you have a center point, and then you spiral out. You never go in a linear line with Nomura. It's always an outward curve, always spiraling more and more outward to encompass even more of an overarching plot. It's actually a really cool way of writing if it weren't always so slapdash. I mean, I love it anyway. I think it's fantastic anyway, but I can recognize that it's thrown together completely on the fly, and it's just like retroactively justifying things in good ways, but it's still crazy. But back on point. McNeil's getting rebanned on the Kingdom Hearts subreddit. Have I been unbanned? I would love to be unbanned from the Kingdom Hearts subreddit.
Yeah, really. Get like all of us unbanned. Get him unbanned. Get me unbanned, and then get my.
Did you get banned by the Kingdom Hearts subreddit?
Yeah, they banned you, Celtic Phoenix. They banned me, FamtanFalling, and then they banned my alt account.
Did you try posting multiple times?
No, I posted once, and
How
then
did they ban FamtanFalling then? Because it wasn't FamtanFalling posted.
It wasn't. It was I posted it from my alt, and they were like, "Oh, you're an alt account of Celtic Phoenix Productions," and I'm like, "No, I am not. I didn't say I was an alt account of FamtanFalling. I just said no, I am not an alt account." And then they banned FamtanFalling. How? How they know?
I don't know.
There's a Kingdom Hearts mod, like subreddit mod, watching us.
It might be. It might be. They might just know how close we are. So, to all my viewers, if you could kindly spam the heck, oh, you guys organize, okay? Each of you take one video and then the playlist from this retrospective, and post it to the subreddit and see what happens. I just want to see what happens and see how many people get banned. If you're willing to get banned, be ready for it. But I would love that. But it's good content. It deserves to be shown there.
Yeah, your Fatal Flaw video it's got like 60,000 views.
It's my
right?
most viewed channel. It's the most viewed video on my channel, I believe.
Yeah, and then your other ones that didn't get posted there because you were banned are all like struggling to break 1,500.
Yeah, but mainly they're recaps, so it's like preaching to the choir for that. But let's see. I'm gonna look at my analytics right now just because I wanna see that.
You want to gloat?
Well, I want to gloat, but I mean, I just want to see if it crested because it might have beaten My Hero Academia, which would be astounding to me.
You caught yourself again.
Congratulations, you played yourself. Which fun little note. I coach mock trial, and I mentioned this last week that that their competition was last Friday. In our very first round of the competition, the two teams that our school put up got put against each other. So we literally had to fight ourselves.
Oh, that's not fair.
Yeah. So yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 beat My Hero Academia and Little Witch Academia versus Ruby.
Well, it had so much momentum.
Oh yeah, it did. It was
Yeah.
fantastic. It still has. I mean, what 57,000 views?
Oh really?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's still going. I mean, it's still
look
like
at that.
Like, I just scroll down my live analytics, and it's still, what, cresting the top 10?
Yeah. How many minutes? Like, how many total minutes does it have?
I just closed the page, so I don't know. Let me see.
You fool. This is the part of the Kingdom Hearts recap Let's Play where we talk about how much success it's brought.
Yeah, how much success my critic video did. I mean, I need a little bit of an interlude. It's been 40 minutes since I started talking about this stuff, and I've only covered, like, 3 characters. We'll get to Maleficent, because Maleficent's pretty big. But minutes, it's at 541,000 minutes.
Excellent.
That's beautiful.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
Okay.
You need to put out a video like that every week. And then you'll be a millionaire.
I mean, like, I would have to be critical all the time. Like, actually, like, what I mean is, like, critical in the harsh way. And I don't want to be a harsh person. Because that was me being, like, hyper critical on something. That was my most popular videos because hate sells.
Well, it's just easier to talk about something. Because, okay, talking about something that's good, you really need to understand it. Talking about something that's bad, you can just go off.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you're trying to do, like, a positive review, there's a lot of, like, technicality involved and minutia. When it's something that's bad, it's just like, here's a train wreck. Let's look at all the bodies.
Okay. Well, okay, let's get back on track because we have. So, as I said, Pete really just kind of flounders in Kingdom Hearts 2. He doesn't do anything big. There's a big moment near the very end of the game with Maleficent, but that's more of a Maleficent moment, so we're going to cover that with her. Speaking of, let's get to Maleficent. She's interesting in that she's the first Disney villain to really get introduced in the games, if you look at them chronologically.
Monsters.
And the big thing with her is that she was visited by Master Xehanort, who told her about the 7 Princesses of Heart. And so she became obsessed with the idea of collecting them to access Kingdom Hearts to gain all this power. And so to that end, when Terra shows up, she manipulates him into freeing the heart of
The ones who attacked me.
Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, Snow White. It's Sleeping Beauty. Aurora, that's her name. Princess Aurora. Basically, she possesses him. Let's see if I can find the moment.
Princess Aurora Borealis in this game, localized entirely in Kingdom Hearts. I don't know why I'm here. I haven't played them.
He hasn't, but he's seen all my videos, and having someone to explain things and ask questions, that's nice.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But basically, she kind of manipulates / like coaxes him. It's like, hey, yo, you should go do that crime. I don't want to do that crime. Here's some cocaine. What? Shoves it in your face. Go do that crime.
Go do that crime. Oh, you know, here's a question. So there's a character in Kingdom Hearts called Riku. And
yes.
Yet they have Auron from Final Fantasy X. Do they have Does Riku ever meet Riku from Final Fantasy X?
He does not, but she does appear. And she appears in the weirdest freaking way possible. I'll get to her if you want me to. I'll cut to that next. I'll cut to that after, so keep that in mind for the next character. But I'm going to finish Maleficent. So she possesses Terra, and Terra does this thing where he steals Aurora's heart, doing this magical thing with his phallic symbol while she's asleep, meaning that he's probably on some kind of registry now. But her heart flies out, and Maleficent captures it, I think. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure what you do with the heart. I guess you like put it in a bottle or something. You light it on fire. Okay. You light a heart on fire. That's what you do with it to keep it contained. And basically Terra gets mad that he gets manipulated, but she's part of the downfall. But I think eventually Ventus and Aqua show up and beat the ever-living snot out of her, but I'm trying to find where that happens. Yeah, Ventus and Aqua show up, and she tries to twist them against Terra, but eventually she turns into a dragon and attacks, and you beat the snot out of her as Aqua. Can I stop seeing Bragg's smiling face, okay?
As long as there is light, there will be darkness. And
she's very dramatic, she's a drama queen. Yeah, she vanishes. You don't actually kill her in this game, which sucks, because you kind of want to kill her. But then she goes off to free Pete. I'm not entirely sure why or when. But then in Kingdom Hearts 1, if we go over there, she shows up and is the leader of a cabal of villains that are looking to capture the Princess of Heart. So she actually makes stops in a number of Disney worlds. It's implied she's the one that took Alice from Alice in Wonderland, because she's a Princess of Heart, which I'm not entirely sure how that works, but okay. Let's see. So yeah, Alice vanishes from the Queen of Hearts place, and then next thing we see is her in Maleficent's evil castle, alone and scared, and probably going to die a horrible death. Oh, is that cutscene not in here? Might not be. Like I said, there's some cutscenes that are just randomly missing from these compilations. But yeah, she shows up like here with Jafar explaining what he needs to do, that sort of thing. She's just sort of like bashing him because she's the only villain that is genuinely competent in this series, aside from Xehanort and his shenanigans. But eventually she kidnaps all the princesses and starts like loading them into this machine that opens up the final keyhole that'll lead to Kingdom Hearts. And when she does that, it starts to open things, and it's evil, and ultimately it doesn't turn out good for her, because before she can actually capitalize on any of that, Sora comes up and attacks her and beats the living snot out of her. And when she gets beaten, she tries to run like a little coward. When she tries to run like a little coward, though, you go to this weird room. Ansem possessing Riku shows up with this dark keyblade, stabs her, unlocks the true potential of the darkness in her heart, and she turns into a freaking dragon to try and kill you. Uh-oh. Yeah. So, that happens. Let's see. You can see the dragon. It's very pretty and fat, because it's a fat dragon. See? No relation to Bad Dragon, but this is a fat dragon. That's friendly. She's also arguably one of the hardest fights in the entire game, just because she has B as her AoE. But you beat her, and one of the like the darkest things happens where freaking the Riku possessed Ansem, or Ansem possessed Riku, just like her dark smudge on the ground, he just like rubs it out with the sole of his boot, and you think she's gone forever, and it's just like, that's pretty hardcore. Your minion just died, and you're like, nah, She wasn't that big of a deal. She was only the one organizing all these things. So she supposedly dies in Kingdom Hearts 1. Then randomly in Kingdom Hearts 2, she just kind of shows up alive. Like, her bird somehow resurrects her. Let me try and find the moment. Is it in here? I don't know where it is. But basically, she shows up and instructs Pete to try and rebuild their alliance. And on 2 occasions, she shows up to try and save Sora, because she wants to be the one to kill Sora, and because, like, she wants to control Sora's Keyblade for her purposes instead of the organization's purposes. Let me try and find those moments. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where's the big battle? Yeah, here we go. She shows up in the middle of this battle when Sora's being confronted by Nobody's Supreme. She summons Heartless to fight Nobody, and it's nice to see the villains fighting each other, but she shows up once to do this.
Xehanort gave himself amnesia? Uh-oh. That's not...
No. He gave himself amnesia by accident, admittedly. But that was because, like, he was already in a situation where if he didn't win, if he didn't, like, exploit the darkness in his heart, he would not win at all. Also, I just realized I probably don't have that ending sequence for... Oh, I do. Okay, it's so weird. I should mention this. In my video editor, when I get to this part with Ansem the Wise doing a laser beam at the frickin' moon, my recording stops working. But it's only in the editor. So when this stuff happens here, and... I guess I can see, because I think that bit happens earlier, where they're going through the organization base in Kingdom Hearts 2, and when Sora gets in there, he's getting overwhelmed by nobodies, and so Maleficent shows up and is like, where is it?
Is Yen Sid Disney backwards?
Yes, and that's his official name from the original director notes for Fantasia.
And it's funny because it's Sid too, so it's like Final Fantasy. Yeah,
even though there is a Sid from Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 7 in this. Let's see, where's freaking Maleficent? She's here somewhere. I can't find her cutscene. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Good old Yen Sid.
Yeah. So basically, she shows up briefly and is like, she shows up at the organization's base, and this is great. She's like, oh, this is a really cool base. I call dibs. And literally just shows up to beat the crap out of the nobodies to steal their house. Basically, Maleficent is just doing eminent domain on the nobodies in Kingdom Hearts 2. It's great. So that leaves her fate really ambiguous at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2. In Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, if we switch over to that, stay stream. She shows up at a really random point out of friggin' nowhere. I think she shows up in Coded too, but I'm ignoring Coded. She shows up in Dream Drop Distance.
Oh, got a role to play, right?
Kidnaps Princess Minnie, or sorry, Queen Minnie, and basically extorts her in order to try and get the data that was obtained during Kingdom Hearts Coded, because for some reason that's really important. The data that was explored, which I don't know why. What's in there exactly? It's never really elaborated on what these notes that Ansem the Wise hid places are. But she shows up, and she's foiled because friggin' Lee shows up. Or Axel. He's just kind of... I like that he's resigned himself to being called Axel for the rest of his life. But he shows up to stop them. And let me just get to that part where... Let's see.
Wouldn't want a royal Minnie Mousiness to get a boo-boo now, would we?
I see you have failed to
can we fast forward this, please? God, this video editor player has no fast forward option. It's really garbage.
What do you want? Windows Media Player? You can right click on the play button.
No, it's only pause. Yeah.
Oh, that's because you're in movies, not Windows Media Player.
Oh. Well, doesn't matter. But yeah, Axel shows up and is like, yo, I'm here to save things. And he stops Maleficent. That's literally the last we've seen of her until the trailers
what are you doing here?
for Kingdom Hearts 3, which I'll pull up shortly. Where she's doing evil things with Hades.
So, how likely is it that this is going to be... Okay, well, first of all, how likely is it that Kingdom Hearts is going to be a conclusion? And how likely is it that the conclusion is going to be satisfying?
Nomura... Well, Nomura's gone on record that it's a conclusion, not the conclusion.
Oh.
Because this is the end of the Xehanort arc of the franchise.
Oh, God.
Yes!
The first game was written as a one-off.
Yeah, but then after they knew that it had potential as a sequel, I think they just went ham with it. But overall, I think that it will be a good conclusion, but he said that it's going to be bittersweet. So I am bracing myself for feels, because...
Bittersweet.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, you gotta live up to that Final Fantasy name somehow.
Yeah. So she
Disney is happily ever after. Final Fantasy is usually like, aww.
Yeah. So yeah, she shows up in Kingdom Hearts 3, and she's looking for like a black box of some sort. And I don't think anyone knows what these things are. They might be mentioned in Coded. Again, I am pointedly ignoring Coded. So we don't know what she's doing. I don't know what she's doing. But she's still around doing things.
Huh.
And at that, I'm going to call a break here briefly, so I can go get a drink. Everyone go rest up. I'm going to pause the music. Everyone relax, take a chill pill, come back in maybe 5 minutes, and we'll get back up and started. Sound good?
Yeah.
Intermission time.
Or is it? No, it is. I can keep the chat entertained. No, I actually can't keep the chat entertained, which is why it's such a horrible idea that I'm going to start streaming more often. Yeah, oh wow, you missed an hour of it? Oh man, this has been going for a long time. But, yeah, we're talking about Kingdom Hearts in here. Next up is Riku and Riku, yeah. All the Final Fantasy tropes and all the Disney tropes. So everybody excited for Kingdom Hearts 3? I wish I could get excited for all the big things that are coming out, but I'm really kind of I don't know, hard pressed to, I suppose. I'm not even on stream. Dancing wouldn't be a very, I don't know, a productive use of my time. I don't think I'm gonna play Kingdom Hearts 3 because I haven't played like any of the games. I think I rented one a long time ago and I played it for a couple days, but I didn't get anywhere. And I don't remember it. My favorite Disney property. Wow, that's not an easy question. I really like Mulan. That might be my favorite Disney movie. Uh, some Disney versus Final Fantasy. So is there any sort of like correlation between like Disney characters are good or bad and Final Fantasy characters are good or bad, or is it just the good guys and the bad guys? Like are they their own factions is I guess what I'm trying to say. Is there like crossover there? Like, would you get like Final Fantasy characters like interacting with Disney characters like of their own accord, or is it just like Sora and his crew go in between worlds and mess with all of them? Oh yeah, Disney owns Marvel now. So like, is Thanos gonna be in Kingdom Hearts 3? Your reflection will show who you are inside when you join the army. Yeah. So, but like, good guys are good guys and bad guys are bad guys. There's no like differentiation between Final Fantasy good guys or like Final Fantasy bad guys.
What are we talking about? Batman?
Final Fantasy are like the Disney good guys and bad guys opposed to the Final Fantasy good guys and bad guys, or like
basically the idea is that if you're a bad guy, you're a bad guy. If you're a good guy, you're a good guy. If you line up on those rays, we'll actually be touching on that. But for Maleficent, for example, is a bad guy. Hercules is a good guy.
Okay.
So you team up with Hercules to stop Maleficent and Hades and all that stuff. And if there were a Final Fantasy villain, you would team up to stop them. Actually, now that I think about it, there's only one Final Fantasy villain in this entire franchise.
Oh, who?
Sephiroth. We'll be touching on him soon enough. Because his relationship actually might be incredibly interesting.
Because I was like, yeah, because like there are some good Final Fantasy villains, but the really good Final Fantasy villains are usually like the middle of the game villains.
Yeah.
And then once you get to the point where you're trying to kill God, it's all up in the air.
Well, I mean Kefka, but like I still need to play Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah, was he the final boss of Final Fantasy VI?
Yes, he was, because he became a god in like the middle of the game.
Yeah,
destroyed the world, and then the rest of the game is literally trying to pick up the pieces to fight him.
Yeah.
Okay,
Final Fantasy VI is heavily considered, probably right behind 7 as like the majority of people think it's the best, but I don't think anybody really considers Final Fantasy VI overrated.
Yeah, no, that's the thing is, like, 7, I think, is only really considered the best because it was, like, the big 3D innovation. And it had a good story. It had a decent story. And I've seen a full playthrough of 7. So I know what happens in it. But Final Fantasy VI, I think, is usually hailed in better regards overall because it has a much more quality story. And it gets the most out of the NES. The SNES.
Yeah, oh god. I started playing Final Fantasy I got it on like the remastered version on PS3. Played for like 6 hours, could not find a single save point.
Wait, what game?
Final Fantasy VI. I got it on PS3, but I could not for the life of me find a save point.
Did you look it up online?
I didn't even know what to look up in order to figure out how to save because I was 6 hours in at that point.
Just Google how to save in Final Fantasy.
It didn't help.
Oh, okay.
It didn't. That's the first thing I Googled, and then I tried to like find like was it like I couldn't even figure out if it was save points or not.
Oh Lord. But that said, let's get back to it. You wanted to know about our good friend Riku from Final Fantasy X.
Yes, your friend and mine.
Yes.
The girl.
You'll be interested to know that the Gull Wings from Final Fantasy X-2, all 3 of them make a cameo in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh.
I'm gonna wait to see your reaction. I'm not gonna describe anything, but I'm just gonna pull them up on screen and show you.
We will find the we will find out.
I'm trying to find the moment they show up because I think it's somewhere near the middle of the game. Screw you, Lion King. You were garbage world. No, you weren't garbage world. You were just kind of lame. Okay, found it.
Is the Lion King anything like the Lion King game for the NES? That's like notoriously really difficult.
No. You just turn into a lion, and it kind of changes how the entire game is played. But unlike Kingdom Hearts 1, where you got turned into things like a mermaid in Atlantica, it radically changes your moveset and then gives you moves that you can only use in that world, which is kind of true in Kingdom Hearts 1, but like more so that the gameplay was more just like you're like treated as though you were flying in Atlantica, which changes the gameplay only a little bit, as opposed to in Lion King, you're changed into a friggin' lion. Okay, but here we go. This is your little precious friends, Fat Man.
Good old Final Fantasy X too. Let's see. I'm on the stream delay, so
yeah,
it'll probably be like 20 minutes for anything to show up over here.
Our leader, of course. Yeah, you know, Maleficent.
Oh yeah, I forgot. They worked for Maleficent for a short time. But are you seeing this?
I assure you.
I mean, hold on, I'm gonna refresh the stream to see how far. Holy shit! Whew! They're tiny.
Yeah, they're little pixies.
Riku's
another mystery they have yet to explain. I have no idea who the heck these girls are.
Why are they tiny?
That's Riku, Yuna, and Pain, and then like they're little pixies. They kind of mildly annoy you. I think they steal like one thing from you. Then they feel bad about it, and they become your friends, and then help you during the whole siege on Hollow Bastion.
But they're small and they float.
I don't know why they're there. Honestly, like, it's another thing like about Kingdom Hearts 2. There's just kind of superfluous things thrown in there for seemingly no reason other than little bits of fan service, as opposed to Kingdom Hearts 1, where you had Selphie from from Final Fantasy VIII. You had Wakka and Tidus from Final Fantasy X. They were childhood friends of Sora, Riku, and Kairi back on Destiny Island.
They were?
Yes. They're actually they're the training battles you can do to practice and hone your skill in Kingdom Hearts 1. In fact, there's a challenge in Kingdom Hearts 1 for just getting to level 100 off the experience you gain from those training battles.
What? How long does that take?
40 hours, I want to say.
Oh my god.
So
I was playing Tales of Vesperia, and I had to like level grind to beat the first boss because, man, it's not easy to play on hard. And that took me like an hour and a half to get one level.
Item crafting. The Gold Wings. They taught me how to skip cutscenes working KH. If you die in the Lion King world, does Sora hang himself? Oh, stop with that. We're not going with the bootleg Lion King game. No, KH1 feels like a perfect fusion between Disney and Final Fantasy, where you have the overarching Final Fantasy plot, but strewn through, but the people leading that plot are Disney villains doing Disney villain things. And I think that's how I argue that the rest of Kingdom Hearts should be, is that you should have the Kingdom Heart the Disney villains integrally tied with the overarching plot. Kingdom Hearts 2, there's no relation. The Disney villains don't do jack in Kingdom Hearts 2. And that's my biggest gripe with it. They do in Birth by Sleep on a much smaller scale. And in Dream Drop Distance and Chain of Memories, they're not really relevant. Is Goofy's son canon in series? I don't know. We have no clue. We don't honestly know. But the Gullwings, yeah, they're kind of more there just for a gag. They're kind of just. But back to Kingdom Hearts 1 because we're covering Squall, Aerith, and Yuffie from Final Fantasy.
Well, that would be 7, 8, and 10, right?
Yes, 7, 8, and no, 7 and 8. Not Selphie, Yuffie.
She's from 7.
She's from 7. Squall is from 8, and Eris. Sorry, I'm an Eris from.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
So we'll get there. Basically, you first run into them in. And for the record, Squall / Leon, however you want to name him, is voiced by David Borealis in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Angel from Buffy?
Angel from Buffy voices Squall. It's fantastic. And it ticks me off that he does not reprise his role in Kingdom Hearts 2 in every subsequent game. It has no end. No end has it frustrated me. But you first encounter him, and he seems to be in on the know when it comes to who the Heartless are, what the Keyblade is. Yeah, listen.
But why? Why would it choose a kid like you?
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Never mind. Now, let's see that Keyblade.
What?
That early
There's
thousands
no
voice
way you're
acting.
getting this.
It's almost like people didn't quite understand it
Then
yet.
have it your way.
Come on!
The best part about that is an optional boss fight. You can win, and if you do, he gives you an elixir. It's awesome. Because elixirs are those items in every game that you never want to get rid of because you're always afraid you're going to need it. So, basically, no matter what, you technically lose the fight. He knocks you out, and he brings you back to his place. You briefly have a weird moment where you think that a girl who is, like, probably 10 years your senior is your childhood friend. Actually, I don't know if Yuffie's really that much older, but you basically confuse Yuffie for your childhood friend Kairi, because Squall gave you a concussion. So, while she's explaining things, while he and her are explaining things to Sora, Aerith is in literally the next room over explaining things to Donald and Goofy, and neither of them realize they're literally one room apart. This is before you meet Donald and Goofy for the first time. So that's part of the irony, is that you're destined to meet, but you're literally right next to each other and never realize it. I mean, there's a lot of fun little stuff in Kingdom Hearts. It's the reason people fall in love with it. There's a lot of that charm where they just have fun with the idea and really play up the yucks and stuff. It's great. So basically, he explains that they come from a world that was beset by darkness and consumed by the Heartless. And what you later learn is it was a place called Radiant Garden. He beats you and takes you back to his place. Yeah, when you put it like that, you need an adult. Radiant Garden was the place led by Ansem the Wise, who was doing research on the Heartless before everything was consumed. There's all the intricacies of all the Radiant Garden stuff going on there. But effectively, they were there when it was eaten, taken over by Maleficent and the Heartless when she led an assault on it. Forgot to mention that with Maleficent. She's the one that led the Heartless assault on Radiant Garden. But ultimately, they're the ones that kind of get you up to speed on what the Heartless are, what you need to be doing, how you need to be going about behaving yourself, why they're attacking you in specific, because you have the Keyblade. What the Keyblade is, sort of, but they don't know everything, and that's, again, a big point in Kingdom Hearts 1's favor, is that they don't know everything. They're just as lost as you are once they finally catch you up to speed. As opposed to Yen Sid, who just kind of knows everything and doesn't tell you everything. At least that's how I feel from him. But at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1, you basically free Hollow Bastion, which they call their home. They've forgotten what the actual name of it is. But you talk with them, and they're like, just kind of hang out and talk about how they're reclaiming the place. how much they love this place, yada, yada, yada. And so they're just kind of chilling there at the end of the game. You beat the game, and you get a little after credits, and you learn that Cloud has joined them at this place. And we'll get to Cloud in just a bit, because I want to cover these guys first. Where is the after credits? Oh, does it not? Right, it probably doesn't show the after credits, because the after credits are copyrightable music. That makes sense. But the after credits basically show that Cloud shows up, and Aerith kind of gives him a very cute little smile, and it's very nice and sweet and happy. Kingdom Hearts 2 time. They show up, and they're restoring Hollow Bastion to what it once was. And after Sora does shenanigans inside a big computer they find inside Hollow Bastion, which I'll show. Where's Tron? Where's Tron? Where's Tron? Where's friggin' Tron? It's one of the few well-integrated Disney worlds. Yeah. So, basically, all the stuff that's happening in Hollow Bastion, you unlock, like, the memory of the entire world, and everyone's like, oh yeah, wasn't Hollow Bastion initially called Radiant Garden? And so, suddenly the world changes from Hollow Bastion to Radiant Garden, and you're like, oh, big whoop. And, yeah, they got worse voice actors in Kingdom Hearts 2. I have no idea why. They like, all the voice actors took a major dip in quality. Except Yuffie, because I think the same girl reprised her role. I'm not sure. But plot-wise, they're not really all too relevant, these guys. They literally, they don't really contribute much besides, like, being big exposition dumps for the series. Except with the unique exception of Cloud. Cloud is very interesting in that he only shows up a little bit in this franchise, even though he's a big, he's one of the big ticket Final Fantasy characters. He shows up first. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to start with Cloud. I'm going to start with Zack, who shows up in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. He shows up in Olympus Coliseum, and his entire goal is to become... If I can find him. Where is he? Yeah, there's Zack. His entire goal is to become a hero, just like Hercules wants to become a hero. They both want to become great, strong heroes. And as you go along, there's some fun things with him that he, learns the true values of being a hero, that it's not about winning competitions, it's about... saving lives and being protective. And when he finally runs into, like, Terra ends up inspiring him because Terra refuses to give into the darkness, even though he's kind of beset by it. Little does he know that soon later on, Terra will give into the darkness. But basically, after fighting Terra while possessed by darkness, Terra wins and frees him, and he's like, yo, that was really cool of you, man. You did me a solid. I want to be like you, bro. Then later on down the line, you meet him as Aqua, and he flirts like nonstop with Aqua, and it's great. They have a really cute little flirtationship going on. But really not much going on with that subplot, I don't believe. He doesn't really do much. But very distinctly in, I believe, the after credits of Birth by Sleep. I don't know if we can get it here. Yeah, they don't show it in this one. Very pointedly, in the after credits of Birth by Sleep, it's shown that there is a black feather falling down around Zack at the end of the game as he walks into the stadium. Which is where I think Cloud and Sephiroth come into play. Because up until Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, we were under the impression that Cloud and Sephiroth were different characters. Now that we know what we know about Nobodies and Heartless, and now that we know that Zack exists, and knowing the dynamic between Zack, Cloud, and Sephiroth in Final Fantasy VII, it is my theory that Cloud is actually the nobody of Zack, and Sephiroth is the Heartless of Zack. And they are constantly duking it out, trying to destroy each other because they need to destroy each other to become whole. And my theory, my part of theory is that Cloud was someone close to Zack, because Tifa shows up in Kingdom Hearts 2. Let me show Cloud in Kingdom Hearts 1, because he has like a very iconic, kind of ridiculous outfit. Where is it? Yeah. No one knows what he's wearing. He looks like he's sort of wearing his Final Fantasy 7 outfit, but he has like this really long broken cloak. It's kind of ridiculous. Oh, he also gets ruffle stomped by Cerberus. That's fun. Literally ruffle stomped. But you beat him, you beat Cerberus, and Cloud's like, "You're cool, kid. I like you," and walks out. Then he shows up in Kingdom Hearts 2. Actually, he doesn't. He does show up later in Kingdom Hearts 1. I don't have the footage for this. I should have downloaded it. And he fights Sephiroth. If you beat Sephiroth in the optional arena fight, Cloud shows up to battle him for the first time in the series. And they vanish off to nowhere together, because when they fight, they just they're so they go so DBZ, you can't possibly see it. Cloud's not one of the organization members. That's why he has that's why you don't need an X to be a nobody. Namine doesn't have an X in her name. Just for the record, you don't need an X to be a nobody. That's only if you get recruited into the organization. So Kingdom Hearts 2 rolls around. Holy shit, Luca! Thank you for the $25. What did you say? What was it say? Where's my chat box? Chat box. Ew, Kingdom Hearts. Not kidding. Hope you enjoy the game when it comes out, my dude. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Holy crap. Yeah, I'm so looking forward to. I was so depressed to learn that it wasn't coming out tonight, but it gives me time to do Resident Evil 2 remake. Very excited about that, because that's happening in what, hour and a half now. Super excited. So fast forward in Kingdom Hearts 2, and there is actually a Sephiroth shows up. I don't know if it's in here. Is it in here? Did they actually? What is this? Was that it? No. Well, Cloud and Squall team up during this whole invasion thing. That was a kind of cool bit, but like, really, that was just a really fan service moment, and I can't seem to freaking find it. Where is it? Somewhere in here. No. Whatever. I can't find this footage, and it really annoys me. Effectively, you fight Sephiroth. He's an optional battle in both Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2, and each time you beat him, Cloud shows up and basically is like, "Yo, dude, we're duking this out." But during this entire time, there's also, in Kingdom Hearts 2, Tifa shows up as an old friend of Cloud, looking for him to try and save him from his darkness. And there's this whole stuff about using Tifa as his light to guide him, and it's all very sappy. And him and Sephiroth do the over-the-top DBZ thing and fight their way off screen. Actually, you know what? I'm going to try and look for it in Everglow stuff. Screw my footage. Let's try and look in here. Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts stream drop disc. Oh, no, sorry, it's 358. Wonder if they have them specialized. This it maybe? Restoration of Hollow Bastion. Let's see. Nope, not in this one. Where hearts go. Wait, what is this? Is this? That's coded. Okay. The experiment in the shadow. Restoration of back at the sea, back in the desert. Cloaked figures is fair comparison. Maybe, or maybe it's Showdown or Hollow Bastion. We'll see. Stupid ads. Nope.
Next.
Not it. This is the slow part. Wait. Is that it? No. Oh, here's the showdown. Where... Oh.
Once I get rid of you, the darkness will
Here we
go
go.
away.
Can you do it?
So basically, I think they just seek each other out to fight each other because they need to destroy each other to be whole again, or something along those lines. But I have no idea what the heck is going on with these two. I think they're the Nobody Heartless combo, but effectively they have this long, undying rivalry that never seems to it just never ends, man. It just never ends for anyone. Of course, Tifa is looking for Cloud. And Tifa is just so such a bamf. Like, I love her. She's awesome. Let's see. Nope, no idea where I can find that. Maybe it's at his last words? This might be it, because there's... yeah, this is it. So you fight Sephiroth, and he's probably the hardest...
And I suppose you must
fight
be its chosen
in the
wielder.
core game?
So what if I am?
Not counting Kingdom Hearts
I
Final
wonder
Mix.
if it won't change its mind once I defeat you.
Wait, is he voiced by David Boreanaz?
That's enough.
Yeah, I love this. You see that attack that you just did, Fat Man? The one where you had the triangle? Fat Man, you there?
I might still be on a delay.
Okay, just wait for the delay. But if you see the little triangle attack you did, if you miss that command prompt, you instantly die. That attack instantly kills you if you miss the triangle button.
That's some Bayonetta stuff right there.
It's
I guess it's not really exclusive to Bayonetta, but it's some stuff, if you know what I'm saying.
It is. It's a rough fight if you're not good at the game. I beat him only with cheats because I found a cheat. I had a cheat disc. Let's see. So basically, you beat Sephiroth, and then tell Cloud you found Sephiroth, and these two have an angst off, and it gets so angsty.
Shut up.
Angst. Yeah, well, I mean, it wouldn't be a Final Fantasy crossover unless there was a ton of angst, you know? You know how it goes.
The only thing I find disappointing about this fight is that Cloud's sword, even though it is that version, doesn't do the whole separate into like 12 other swords thing that it does in Final Fantasy Advent Children. I guess because, like, he just wanted to keep the cool aesthetic of having bandages around his sword for some reason. Like, also, I don't know why you would do that with your sword. That seems, like, counterintuitive to, like, it would blunt the blow, you know, or it would cut the bandages, one or the other.
Wrong.
So, yeah, Tifa shows up, and Heart of the Cards.
I want to help you.
Nah, the heart of the cards win the day.
Yeah.
What about... does that mean there's going to be a Yu-Gi-Oh crossover now?
He doesn't have to.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, at this point, you know, it's like Smash opening up Joker without having a Persona 5 game on the Switch at that moment.
That's yeah.
But that said, this is going to bring us to the end of my coverage. Is there anyone else that I'm forgetting that anyone wants covered? Anyone in particular, Fat Man, that you were kind of confused by or left out in the cold with?
Is Ratatouille in there?
He is in Final... He's going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3, actually.
Oh, man.
Because Kingdom Hearts 2 came out before Ratatouille. I mean, you forget, Kingdom Hearts 2 came out 13 years ago.
Jeez.
Yeah, I can actually scrub through this. Yeah,
That's
he uses
forever
her light,
ago.
and they vanishes. They literally just, like... They're gone. We don't know where they are. Cloud and Sephiroth are out doing their own thing. But let me pull up some footage of the trailers. It's one of the trailers. Is it in here?
Yeah, I wonder if Kingdom, like, I wonder how many different properties are going to be in 3. You know, how many of the newer Disney properes?
Oh yeah, because like they've opened it up with Pixar. Because like I think they have a Ratatouille cooking mini game.
Oh no! Forget Pixar. How about Darth Vader?
I think it's confirmed that there's not going to be anything Marvel or Star Wars in there.
Okay.
Well,
I can dream, can't I?
The reason why is that merger happened before development for the game started, or so after the development for the game started. Let's see, where's the trailers? I have them in here somewhere. It's in one of these trailers. I want to say it's the Big Hero 6 trailer. Where is it? Where are you? Where's the stupid hat? The stupid rat. Stupid rat hat. Ugh. Is this one? Closed captions. Okay, well, you can see part of it is that I think Sora does have a unique Keyblade for Ratatouille. So you actually get like a frying pan weapon. It's freaking cool. You just hit enemies with a giant frying pan.
That's pretty dope.
There's a dancing minigame in Ardenel. Not Ardenel, sorry.
While you were in the hiatus, I got asked what my favorite Disney property is, which is pretty hard because I like a lot of Disney, but my favorite Pixar property is Ratatouille.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting choice. Why? Yeah, I think this ends by let's see. Angstov, damn shading all over the place, bandages. Let's see. No more Dickin from no Marvel and Star Wars in Cage 3 at least. Wouldn't mind a Vader super boss at some point. Vader super boss. Did anyone ask for any further elaboration, or else we can cut it? We can continue. We can do just a general talk after this.
Yeah, with no Kingdom
How do you
Hearts.
forget about the meme line from Sora? It's Sephiroth trying to win stuff. Dissidia, Sephiroth, bandages. He watched Bleach. That voice acting. Tifa, damn. Now I gotta find him and do another solid. Also glad I could help you find that clip. All right, good. All right, so now we're just covering general stuff. I don't know. Riku's situation in Kingdom Hearts 1 was so bizarre. Like, the thing is, there are very clearly established rules in this universe. However, the way that Kingdom Hearts treats its lore is that every single character that's really relevant to things is a unique exception to those rules for very specific reasons because they are some combination of those rules. So why Riku doesn't have a nobody, I don't know. Maybe he does! Apparently either the replica from Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories is going to play a role in Kingdom Hearts 3, or because if I pull up the trailers here, if we can go to the very end here, like if you look at this very end, he looks over and he sees his other self. I don't know if that's the replica him or the digital him from Coded, which I hope it's not the digital him from Coded because I will be completely lost on that matter. But he did. Okay, I guess it's fair that he didn't properly lose his heart. Like, you have to lose your heart to the darkness in a very specific way. You can't just be kind of like forced out. If you're forced out of your own heart, it's a different circumstance than having it like torn out or like leaving it of your own volition, that kind of thing. But back on to like favorite properties. My favorite Pixar property is probably The Incredibles.
That's fair.
My favorite Disney property is Atlantis: The Lost Empire.
Good choice. I keep forgetting that's Disney. That was like early 2000s, right? Or was that like the last one of the that was like after the finger quotes Disney Renaissance, right?
Yeah.
Was that the first one?
Anyone watching after this point, I'm calling it fair game on cursing because we're past the part where like all the recap happened and I only cursed like 3 times at most in there. So
all little kids be warned. This is no longer a Kingdom Hearts stream.
Turn it off right now unless you're that kind of household. You know the one. But I was gonna say that and Treasure Planet. If they were to make it into a Kingdom Hearts game, I would cream my jeans. Okay. I would love. Oh my god! I mean, especially with how like Gumi ship space and the spaces between worlds work, Treasure Planet would be perfect for Kingdom Hearts. I mean, Treasure Planet is just like it's an unmitigated travesty what happened to Treasure Planet.
Yeah,
that is one of the best Disney films, and it just got the shaft.
I haven't seen that Breadsword video, but it's got like 6 million views or something.
I've seen it like 3 times. It's that good. like I love learning about this behind the scenes stuff, and like it just makes me feel good because like I remember as a kid, I really wanted to see it, but then I heard like nothing when it initially came out because it advertised so early that everyone forgot it came out.
Oh. That's too bad. That's got to be like the worst fate for a movie, just to like show up.
They also advertised the twist.
Oh.
They advertised the main twist of the story, which happens halfway through.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a good twist. It's a very good twist where it happens halfway through and you get to learn about the villain. And in fact, that's what ticks me off is that someone did a list of like how Disney villains were forgettable for a time, and it's like they completely neglected the main antagonist. Do you mind if I spoil it for you?
Go ahead.
Long John Silver, the kind of father surrogate to the main character, is one of the best Disney villains because he doesn't mean to basically befriend this kid, but he acts like a father surrogate to him. And they both end up having this really good relationship. He's both the main villain and one of the contributing factors to beating the main villain. It's great. It's one of the best dynamics. And it's just like, such a good character dynamic. Such a pretty movie. Oh, God. And Atlantis was just...
Yeah, I love like the cast of all the characters in it.
I know! Like, I want Vinny in a Kingdom Hearts game, damn it.
Which one was Vinny again?
Add a little bit of heart, a little bit of oregano, makes a nice boom. I can just imagine him doing something like that. That would be amazing.
Yeah, all those guys. Because like man, and it's like I don't know. See, I don't know. I associate Disney with like the Renaissance, I guess, and then I associate it again with like the 3D Renaissance, I suppose. Like that era of Atlantis and Treasure Planet and anything else that came out in that time frame. Was there anything else?
Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch, yeah. Like, I missed that. That was in, like, the 2000s when I'm like, I'm a big boy. I don't watch Disney movies.
I know! I know!
I was like, yeah.
Because, like, that's the thing is that, like, I hate the adult mentality of cartoons are for kids. I hate so much that the idea that animation, arguably a medium that takes more blood, sweat, and tears than live action films, it can arguably take more because like you usually have a smaller team and it's more independent people that are just like literally grinding away their lives to try and deliver this quality animation. It's like, yeah. Actually, I'm gonna turn that back on. I forgot I paused the Project Testati music. I love the Testati music. Project Testati is wonderful. I'm just gonna. Yeah, here we go. But it's just like, so when you're a kid and you hear, oh, cartoons are for they're for kids, not for adults, and no one ever tries to explain to you that adults make these things.
Yeah,
like so some adults must care about this crap, right?
Yeah.
And so like you miss out on things. Like I remember I missed out on parts of Avatar: The Last Airbender on its initial airing because I was either too busy with adult things or whatever to watch it. And like I just felt like there's so much genuine artistry. Like the final battle between Azula and Zuko is one of the most heart-wrenching moments in animation history. It's so well built to. and like the characters are so in their moment, and the music and sound design is completely on point. And like when adults look at that and go, "Meh," I'm like,
"It's for kids. It's for kids. It's for kids."
They're like, literally trying to burn each other alive. What more do you want, woman?
Yeah.
I don't know why I said woman. I just thought it sounded funnier. I'm not sexist, I swear.
Good thing you didn't say butt.
Oh Lord.
But yeah, animation is great. But I mean, I think especially like, I don't know, with the advent of things like Adult Swim, I think that notion kind of stopped being so prevalent. But
no,
at the same,
it mutated. It mutated, and that's what pissed me off. Is that it became adult like, cartoons must be gags. It must be
like stoner humor and stuff like that.
It must be stoner humor, like Family Guy or Aqua Team Hunger Force or Rick and Morty, which of course isn't stoner humor. It is for the
it probably gets lumped into that by people who people who don't know any better.
I mean, to be honest, it kind of is stoner humor because it's all about whoa, like blowing your mind with crazy shit.
That's an interesting take.
It's smartly written, but you can make an argument that it's still stoner humor. It's just very
I guess like the humor is stoner humor. The actual writing is Greek tragedy.
Which is probably why so many people are so like mixed on it.
But like I mean, even like not even going as far as Rick and Morty, like the Venture Brothers, and like now with like I think Netflix is doing a lot. Like BoJack Horseman is like that's not a kids show.
Yeah, but
and that's not stoner humor either.
But at the same time, it's also still primarily a comedy, isn't it?
BoJack Horseman?
Is it? I don't know. I've never watched BoJack Horseman.
I would not call it a comedy. I would say that it has.
Is it a dark? It
has jokes.
Is it like a dark comedy?
It's. I mean, like it's funny. It's funny, but it's not a comedy. It's not structured like a comedy.
Are you still a member of mine? Are you still a member technically?
No, that ended on the 11th, I believe.
Damn, I was going to ask you I wanted to test to see if that symbol showed up.
Oh, yeah.
Someone become a member.
Yeah.
Go to YouTube Gaming. Go to the YouTube Gaming. If you
YouTube
still
Gaming doesn't exist anymore.
I still have a link. Let me see if it works.
Post that link. Everybody, become members. It's not as lucrative for Raymond as donating $5 on Patreon, but you get a sweet
it works. It still works. You see?
Oh, yeah.
It still works. Someone
post it in the chat. Post it in the chat. Post it in the chat.
Use that. Become a member. You hit the join button and you get a little cool symbol next to it. And I worked really hard on the symbols and they look really good.
Yeah. It's really cool. It's like a well, you'll see it when you go to the Blink and click join.
Favorite Keyblade? Oh, that's a hard question. Let me pull up the list of Keyblades because there's some cool friggin' Keyblades. I prefer the ones that are more abstractionist. Let's see. Keyblades. No. List of Keyblades. Oh god, this might have the Kingdom Hearts 3 key. Okay, it lists them by game. Good. All right, so near the top of my list is of course Oathkeeper and Oblivion, which let me pull those up. Where are they? Oh, it's by This is Oblivion, and this is Oathkeeper. Cool names. They're Roxas. They're kind of symbolic of Roxas because like he's all the well, actually he has his own Keyblade and unique, but he dual wields these, which is really cool. Then Kingdom Hearts 2 had some cool ones, like the Twilight Thorn, I believe, or in between. Let me see if I can find it. 2 Become 1. This was another cool one for me. 2 Become 1. Really cool design. Like these were actual swords. I'd be out there wielding them. This is cool stuff, all right. Winner's Proof is no, kind of lame. Fatal Crest is lame. I remember that. Sleeping Lion, Fenrir. I remember being really cool, because it's basically just Cloud's sword. But what I love about it, the greatest thing about it is, you know how all these are like traditional, like teeth keyblades, like they're actually like keys from like the olden days.
Mm-hmm.
The one that you get from beating Sephiroth and from Cloud, called Fenrir, it's a modern key, so it looks like an actual sword, but it has like chips taken out of it. It's great. You'll see it in a second on the screen.
That's cool.
That's it. Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. Okay,
that's nice. That's dope.
I believe it's Omega Weapon that I like the most. 2 Become 1, Oathkeeper. What's the difference between why is there suddenly a break here? I don't know why there is. Oh, because they're pluses? So these are the plus ones? Pain of Solitude, Guilt of the Crown, Leviathan, True Light's Flight, Rejection of Fate. All these are really cool designs. I'm gonna zoom in on these. Oh yeah, Glimpse into the Darkness and Total Eclipse. Like, oh, those are tiny. Oh, I forgot. That's because Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days has freaking models off the DS. So these are all really tiny. These are about as big as you're going to get them. Twilight Blaze, Omega Weapon. Let me try and get a better picture of Omega Weapon. Someone just did something. What was it? Nick It Death Note. Thank you for subscribing. Let's see.
Welcome.
Welcome. I was gonna Omega Weapon. 3. 5,
it's kind of funny that Streamlabs calls that out, because there's no way to tell if they subscribed from you know, this stream, or if they subscribed from one of your other videos.
Yeah, there's a better look at Omega Weapon. That is a classy ass Keyblade. I would love to wield that. Someone get me that Keyblade.
Okay.
Someone.
Well, I'm sure I'll see it one of these days.
There's also the Owl Blade, which is pretty cool. What other cool ones are in here? But I like these more abstractionist ones that aren't really about individual worlds and are more just like really cool, sharp, pointy sticks. Soul Eater, Way to Dawn. These are all like from multiplayer. Okay, so Recoded. Let's see. And more as the series have gone on, they've gotten more and more video gamey, which is like more and more Disney-like, and I don't like that as much. I'm not a fan of all the Keyblades I've seen in Kingdom Hearts 3 so far, and I'm hoping there's better ones. No Name is pretty classy. I mean, that's Xehanort's Keyblade, and that's... The only thing that unnerves me is the friggin' eye. That is an actual eye. That's kind of creepy, I mean. It's a little creepy. This is the No Name. Oh, that's young Xehanort's Keyblade before he gets the other No Name. Interesting. There are 2 No Names. I really very much like Ven's Keyblades, because Ven's Keyblades are like backwards handed. So you have to do backswings with them. It's really cool. Let's see. So yeah, let's move on from Keyblades. Favorite boss fight?
If you're talking about Kingdom Hearts, I can't help you with this.
Yeah, I know. Favorite boss fight? Ooh.
My favorite boss fight is the champion Gundyr from Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see him in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Don't joke, it might happen. You know those Japanese companies, they all talk together.
Yeah.
Favorite boss fight, probably Riku. The second time you fight Riku in Kingdom Hearts 1, as in when he's possessed by Ansem. That's so intense. It's nail-biting to the very end. Also, the Dark Keyblade. I forgot to mention, the Dark Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts 1 was really cool. There's a simplistic design that looked really good. Very good silhouette. Where is it? Let me try and pull that up. Because it's probably not listed here, is it? Oh, it is. The Keyblade of the Heart. This one. Very clean silhouette. Very classy looking. I loved it. So I see skeleton keys. What about Ends of the Earth? No wait, best Keyblades. I also like Kurt Ziza from the as the optional boss in Kingdom Hearts 1. Ninja Boy. I pay $400 to get a replica of Xehanort's Keyblade. Favorite original KH3. Do you think Luxord from back cover has his own Keyblade separate from the Xehanort's Keyblade? I don't know. We don't know what happened to Luxord. He was one of the apprentices, if people are still catching. He was one of the apprentices that followed the Master of Masters back in the Age of Heroes or Age of Fairy Tales or whatever. We don't know what happened to him. He's just kind of sitting out in the desert with a box and a Keyblade, as far as we know. But apparently his Keyblade somehow wound up in the hands of Xehanort. So we don't know what happened with that. Who do you think the Master of Masters is? I think he's just kind of a nebulous character, intentionally. I don't think he's anyone specific. Favorite original character from Kingdom Hearts? Toss-up between Xion and Roxas. Probably Xion. Because I think she has a really tragic story with the whole everyone forgot you ever existed thing going on. Very good tragedy right there. Then learning that, the idea that you learn that you were never supposed to exist, that you were basically a test tube baby. Not even of the guy you're a clone of, but of the guy your clone, that your clone originator was born from. So you're like a knockoff of a knockoff of a clone. So, any other big questions anyone would like to ask me? Because I'm kind of winding down. My voice is getting tired. Masters is Demyx confirmed. If that turns out to be true, I kill myself. Note to self. I'm not actually going to kill myself. That was a joke. Please do not commit self-harm.
Was that the note to self? I am not going to kill myself.
Sorry, I don't know what to say. Note to the audience.
Note to self. I was joking.
We don't know how long. Says Mr. Pentagram. I forgot to put up my my background thing. Damn it. Doesn't matter. There's not much in here anyway right now. Yeah, hopefully Xion makes it back alive. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Drink tea. I have seltzer water and orange drink. Theory for Luxord. We don't know how long he was ordered to watch over events that would transpire. We know he has to pass down the Keyblade at some point. But what if he still watched events that were ongoing? Of course, he still gets old, so that he had to go from vessel to vessel. Now, Braig has an oddly specific fascination with Xehanort's Keyblade from the secret ending of Recoded. You're right! So are you suggesting that maybe Luxord turned into Braig? Holy crap, that'd be amazing. That'd be really cool. Do you think they should shrink out the cast for the next game? Do you mean Kingdom Hearts 3 or the game after Kingdom Hearts 3? I think if it's the game after Kingdom Hearts 3, it's probably going to be a spin-off, and yes, I do think they should shrink the cast. You don't really like the fact that Roxas and Xion are coming back? I don't mind it. I mean, they're pretty prominent characters, and it's well established that they are their own people at this point. Even as much as I will argue to the death that Ventus and Roxas are the same person. I know people have commented against me on that, but I swear to God, that's the truth. Let's see, anything else coming in? Because we're coming up on 2 hours here, and I'm ready to get this over with. Oh, the Unversed. I only really touched upon it, but the Unversed are spawned from Ventus. Because Ventus is such a deep collection, he's basically like pure darkness incarnate from Ven's heart. He also is the unrivaled emotions from Ven's heart, all the negative emotions. So what happens is, in order to not feel those emotions himself, he channels them into creatures that go off and do his bidding. So the Unversed are basically just emotions personified. It is a long shot the Xehanort, but it could work. It's a really good theory about Braig. Because we don't know why Braig is such an asshole. Like, he's just kind of a dick to everyone, including Xehanort. Julian, just because the circumstances... Ven is super happy and pure? The man literally asked to be killed at the end of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Where the hell are you pulling this from? The man was like, hey look, if it looks like he's going to succeed in his plan to use me as a key to open the dimensional super weapon, just fucking stab me in my face.
I must die.
Roxas, by contrast, was happy-go-lucky until things started really going wrong. Especially when he had his mind wipe and was trapped in the digital Twilight Town. Oh, thank you for bringing that up. Maleficent and Pete are looking for leads regarding to the Book of Prophecy from Kingdom Hearts Key, which leads them onto rumors to the black box that Luxord is guarding. Okay.
I'm gonna jump out here.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for joining me.
I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye, chat.
Yeah, I getting too technical for him, I guess. I don't know. We don't know enough about Keyblade Masters to actually know what qualifies a Keyblade Master. Like, honestly, that I would love a firm dictation of what is a Keyblade Master and what does it take to become one. I don't know. Regardless, I'm probably gonna wind up too because I'm seriously starting to get drained. Thank you all so much for joining me. It has been a wonderful experience doing these editings. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm really tired. I'm really excited. I'm gonna be doing a review of Resident Evil 2 Remake very soon. Because I have the reaction for Genlock airing Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, I guess. Oh yeah, Saturday morning. Then I have to do the Genlock episode 2 reaction on Saturday. I have to edit that by Tuesday, have that up, do Kingdom Hearts by do Kingdom Hearts. So basically it goes in this order: Genlock. Thank you so much for the tip, Bit Boss. You're awesome. Oh, this is actually a good song to end on. What is this song? Can we? No, that's what we need. This is Roxas, The Other Promise. Yeah. So, okay. Genlock, Resident Evil 2 Remake, Kingdom Hearts 3 review. Those are what you're getting in the coming days. And then after that, everyone, you'll be very happy about what I'm working on next. To everyone that has known my channel for the longest time. Thank you all so much for joining me. Catch you all on the flip side.